All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Harakakadash, the Buanas, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to your elect, which you go to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame of looking like heathens. You should be able to witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. In the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christ, or Yeshua. I got a quick lesson. Any other preachers come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, why you believe it or not. And I want to go into Matthew's 25th chapter. And this is Matthew 25 and 1. It says, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. It says, and the thing is that those virgin stuff represent the servants. You know what I'm saying? The servants of the Lord. It says, verse 2, it says, And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. It says, They that were foolish took their lamps, meaning took their lamps and took no oil with them. The oil represents the knowledge. You know what I'm saying, right? It represents the knowledge of Yahweh Shai, the knowledge of this Bible. And it says, verse 4, it says, But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much you got ones who prepared themselves and you got others and stuff who didn't prepare themselves, right? And it says prepare themselves in his knowledge, right? Because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to be inquired. It's going to be individuals and stuff who's going to learn from you, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to be an individual and stuff who's preparing yourself to remove the dross, which is the wickedness and stuff of this world and stuff that's affecting you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what it's doing is that you're removing the dross and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you can come out as that fine gold and fine silver. And we already know if you remove the ores, you know what I'm saying, or the different other metals and stuff that's found mixed in with gold, when you clear that out and stuff, the value and stuff is high quality. You know what I'm saying, right? So the thing is that it's the same way and stuff when it comes down to this work. But you're gonna have individuals and stuff who gonna play in their ass, and you're gonna have individuals and stuff. You're gonna have individuals who gonna play in their ass, and you're gonna have individuals and stuff like they ain't finna waste no time, right? So it says, verse 5. It says, while the bridegroom tarried, the bridegroom stuff is representation of stuff of Yahweh Shai returning. It says, they all slumbered and slept. It says, at midnight, there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. It says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, right? Trimmed. Uh, uh, it says proper order, you know what I'm saying? Cosmeo, proper, to put in proper order. So they got themselves together, you see? You know, for the guys and stuff, if a female coming over and stuff, and y'all finna kick it and you hoping that things go good for you and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be in, your regular gym shorts and stuff like you finna sit up here and play the game and or stream and whatnot and stuff. You're gonna get yourself on some smell good. You're gonna make sure you shower. You're gonna make sure that your hair looking all nice and whatnot and stuff. You're gonna prepare yourself for the company. Vice versa, the same way for the women and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be checking underneath your arms and stuff if you see any hairs and whatnot and stuff. You probably got the at home waxing and whatnot and stuff, so you don't get the little dark colors and stuff because hair is there. you know, you know, Flattering yourself and stuff with all types of makeup because a lot of you all don't do natural faces and stuff because your diet ain't right and stuff, so your face ain't really as there as you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? No offense. And it goes the same way for the men. You know what I'm saying? But men can get away and stuff with having a couple of scratches and shit on his face and stuff. It's not the same way with a female. You know what I'm saying? Well, it is the same way for a female and whatnot and stuff, depending on what the dude is. But the thing is that most of the time, you know, you know, it's different. It's different and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's guys out there and stuff who do love beauty and whatnot and stuff, but it's not the same way as a female. You know what I'm saying? Unless you one of those pretty boys. You know what I'm saying, right? But when it comes down to the female and stuff, you're sitting up here getting yourself together. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you making sure you smell good. You making sure that what dress to put on and stuff, which one is going to be more impressive if he come over your house, or if you, even if you going to meet his house and what go to his house and stuff and meet him. The thing is that you still trying to prepare yourself and stuff. You know what I'm saying, for that good impression. Even though you all probably been talking and hanging out and woo to woo, but this is going to be a big day and stuff where he's inviting to the house, and you know it's going to be more steamy than just a regular date and stuff. When you all go out and stuff, you trying to see if anything gonna get pushed to the next level. Well, it's the same way here, and it says verse 6 verse 7 again. It says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. It says, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. So here it is, you got the wise virgins and the foolish virgins, both of them on the same time. You know what I'm saying? They heard that it's like, bridegroom is on his way. You know what I'm saying? So what did they do? They prepared themselves. You know what I'm saying? Now you got the foolish version and stuff. It's like, oh, let us know this and let us know that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, or let us know this and let us know that and stuff. And the thing is, let's read it. It says, verse 9. It says, but the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. It says, but go ye and rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And pretty much going into those who teach. It says, verse 11, no, verse 10. It says, and while they went to like this truck right here, it's like, so verse 10, it says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. So pretty much they didn't have enough. So they went to so the foolish ones, what I'm saying, pretty much didn't prepare themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when they heard and stuff, they tried to prepare themselves and whatnot, and they went to the wise and stuff. It's like, what can I do, or this, that, and the third and stuff. Make sure everything's all good and stuff. Do I fit the criteria? You know what I'm saying? And they should have been in wise. It's like, look, if I give you some and stuff, and guess what? I ain't gonna have enough for myself. You know what I'm saying, right? So, but it's like, look, you go to them over there and stuff, and hurry up and try to get your shit together and stuff. And pretty much, what it shows is individuals and stuff who weren't taking their time seriously, who weren't taking their time seriously, right? And it says, uh, it says, verse 10 again. It says, it says, it says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. It says, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. It says, and the door was shut. So they going in with them and stuff onto the marriage and stuff. If Yahushua's the bridegroom, him returning and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You have those and stuff who is ready. You have those and stuff who's ready and stuff who prepared themselves, which are the wise version. They utilize their time, right? They utilize their time and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to be accepted, and uh, like trying to seize this opportunity. So Yahushua comes back, saying the ones who are ready and whatnot and stuff, hey, look, we got everything, we prepared ourselves and whatnot. We can't land on the you because we ain't gonna have enough. But you can go over there and stuff and hurry up and get your shit together and whatnot and stuff and see if you can move the woo. But then the ones who was ready and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, you got everything and stuff that you're supposed to have and stuff. So, come on up here and whatnot and stuff. Pretty much getting beamed up, fitting the criteria, the elect. The 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men to 12 tribes of Israel, the government body. The one third, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites, believe no matter how they look, who convert and keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, mingle with faith, repentance every day, not cherry picking what they want to repent on, and repenting on a timely fashion on the Lord's time before it's too late, right? Who is predestined and stuff, who is written in the book of life. You know what I'm saying? Called Hayyim, like Yabashim Yashah, 144. So it's like this. I wish this was brighter. But bid to the marriage and whatnot and stuff, the acceptance, and it says, and the doors are shut and stuff, like the scripture says in Revelations 18. This Revelations 18 and 3, it says, not 3. Wow, that's crazy. It's right there. Okay, this is Revelations 18 and 4. It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come up out of her. Well, let me read let me start at verse 1. Revelations 18 and 1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven having a great power, and the earth was lightened, uh, 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 oh shit. It was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils. It says, in the hold of every foul spirit, and in a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And the Babylon goes into a Babal, meaning confusion. You know what I'm saying? There's a great confusion and stuff within what place? America. America is trying to push out its philosophies and okayances, if that's a word, what I'm saying, to all the other uh, uh, to all the other all the other countries and stuff. You see what's going on with them. They like, nah, we ain't having it and stuff, and that's part of the reason why they gonna go to war too. You know what I'm saying? Because they trying to push on his citizens or his people and stuff that wicked ass way and stuff, and they not down with it, right? But anyways, it says verse 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, in her ways. You know what I'm saying? Adopted them. It says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. It says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed are rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Verse 4, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. You see, so in order for that to happen and stuff, there would have to be a preparation and stuff that's being made. You know what I'm saying? The preparation is this. This is Colossians. Now, that come up out of people and stuff is talking about individuals that's going to get beamed up. But the individuals that get beamed up and stuff, guess what? It's going to be a certain image about themselves. It's going to be a certain way that they carry themselves and whatnot that's going to be approved of the Lord in order for them to get beamed up. Because there's no way that you're going to do completely the opposite and stuff of what the Lord wants and think that you still finna get beamed up, because that's not how it goes. Remember, the scripture says, arm yourself likewise in First Peter 4 and 1. You know what I'm saying? Arm yourself likewise as who? As Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai was about his father's business. You know what I'm saying? So he was all about the scriptures. So guess what? He was walking in that image that the Lord was approved of. I mean, that the Lord approved of. You see? So I'm gonna get this. This is Colossians, collisions. Uh, inside joke. This Colossians 3. Uh, I started 1. This Colossians 3 and 1. It says, it says, It's Colossians 3 and 1. It says, if ye then be risen with Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, seek those things which are above. What is that? The spirit, the scriptures. Cover the prophesy. You know what I'm saying? You know, as it says in 1 Corinthians 12 chapter. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 seek for things that's of above and whatnot and stuff. Things that can't be taken away from you, that can't be stolen from you. You know what I'm saying? You see, right? As it says in Matthew 6 and 19 and 20. And it says, if you be risen with Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Yahweh Shah Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of Yahweh. It says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth, because this shit gonna pass away. Your cars and whatnot that you work so hard for. You know what I'm saying? You trying to live like the celebrities, get the bag and whoop the wool. Guess what? All that shit's gonna burn. You know what I'm saying? If it don't deteriorate and stuff already. You know what I'm saying? Everything's gonna be destroyed. Right? So get something that's more profitable and stuff that's going to save your ass and stuff from being destroyed with the rest of the shit and stuff that you invested in this world, right? So it says, verse 3, it says, for ye are dead and your life is here with Yahweh Shah Mashiach and Yahweh. So what that means is that, you know, you're not walking around like how it's like this. It's like how people, like say if you see somebody who's like a zombie is moving and whatnot, which a lot of these people are. You know what I'm saying? But a zombie is moving, right? It's moving, but yeah, you can't speak to it because it's dead in the brain. You know what I'm saying? So it's alive, but yet dead. That's how a lot of these people are and stuff. But that's on the spiritual level. You know what I'm saying, right? Right. So it's the same way when it comes down to us. You know what I'm saying? We're dead to this world. You know what I'm saying? Uh, uh, what they call it, dead men walking. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people look at us who are dead in your house. I mean, who are dead. Uh, uh, they're dead when it comes down to how about Yashai want them to live. They're dead to it. They're dead to it, right? They're dead to it, and dead to the ways of holiness and whatnot and stuff. Meaning they don't touch it at all. And So, like, let me read this again. It's Colossians 3 and 3. It says, for ye are dead and your life is hid with Yahweh Shah Mashiach and Yahweh. So the thing is that, you know, uh, 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 we live the purpose and stuff of Yahweh Shah and whatnot and stuff, meaning that we're not trying to entangle ourselves and stuff with this world. Now, do we do the necessary things and whatnot and stuff? Of course, you know what I'm saying, to maintain your living. You know what I'm saying? Maintain what you need and whatnot and stuff, and to maintain your stuff that the Lord has provided for you and stuff, so you could be content. You know what I'm saying? With what you have and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that and stuff. But at the same time and stuff, we're not seeking for investment in this place because we know it's going to be destroyed, right? So verse 4. So if we're not seeking for investment in this place, ain't nothing wrong with getting more money. You get if your ass get you a promotion and stuff, take it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Let's, take it. You know, as long as you're still able to do what you need to do and stuff when it comes down to your how about your shot. You know what I'm saying, right? So it says, as long as it ain't taking more time away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because then that'll just be an avenue and stuff for the Lord and stuff, taking you for no, that's an avenue for Satan to be pulling you away from you. How about Shemiah Shah? Because remember, that's his job. His job, His job is to find anything he can to separate you from the Lord, right? So, but and ain't nothing wrong, with those different dainties and whatnot and stuff that the Lord can give you. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't nothing wrong with it, right? You know what I'm saying? But your focus should be on Yahweh Shem Shai, because the reward that he can give, no job can. You see? Right? So it says, verse 4, it says, when Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. And that's what we expect. Expect means to hope. Verse 5, it says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate infection, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry. You know what I'm saying? Which is the ways of another fashion, a heathenistic way. And we're not heathens, we're Israelites. Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who our appearance instead of a heathen, all 12 tribes, right? Meaning you look like a heathen, but your spirit and stuff shows Israel. So it says, verse 6, it says, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of disobedience, Israelites who want to follow the ways of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't profit you. It kills you. It destroys you. It has you as a zombie, right? And it says, verse 7, it says, in the which ye also walked some time when ye lived in them. So guess what? There's going to be a time, when it comes down to the Gentile thing, right? You got two types of Gentiles. Gentile, first, it means foreigner, but you have Israelites and stuff who are foreign to their own heritage. That's why they don't call themselves by none of the tribal names and stuff when it come down to Israel. They don't call themselves Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Ephraim, Manasseh. They don't call themselves Gad and Reuben, and they don't call themselves Gad and Reuben. They don't call themselves Asher. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 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 Zebulon, Issachar. They would call themselves by the names and stuff because, for one, part of this happening and stuff is because we discontinued from our heritage, which was one of the curses that the Lord said that he was going to place upon us in Deuteronomy 28:37, that we would be a byword and a proverb. You know what I'm saying, right? Meaning you was going to get called something else outside of what you is, pretty much outside your name or outside your tribal name. You know what I'm saying? The real ethnicity. It says in Ecclesiastes 4:16 that there's no end of the people and stuff. So guess what? All these new names and stuff that you was called was to keep you away from your actual heritage. You see? So you wouldn't know who you were, because if you didn't know who you were, then guess what? You wasn't gonna keep the customs. So therefore, an adopted way was gonna be given unto you, and you're gonna think that that was the way, that was the right way and stuff. But really, it was a way and stuff to destroy you. You see? Right? So it says Colossians 3 and uh that's what it mentions. So it's Colossians 3. It's Colossians 3 and it's Colossians 3 and uh uh where was I? 7. It says, in the which he also walked sometime when he lived in them. So pretty much like you going in and out and stuff with my thoughts and stuff, but on this topic. But when it comes down to it, you got Gentiles. Gentiles are Gentiles is you got Israelites and stuff who follow uh, the ways. You got Israelites and stuff who follow the ways and stuff of the heathens. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the actual heathen stuff, because Gentile means foreigner. And you got Israelites and stuff who have grew up in a way and stuff where they're foreign to their own heritage and whatnot, meaning they don't know, but they know another custom. It's lucky for the noise in the background. But it says, so we once lived in those. So pretty much what it means, pretty much, uh, 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 Pretty much what it is and stuff is that, you know, we once lived that way and stuff, but we're no longer living that way and stuff because what people say, uh, uh, what people say and stuff, that you return onto their, they know their roots and whatnot and stuff, and they know their origin and stuff. So that's what it means when it says, and the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. Verse 8 it says, but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy. It says, filthy communication out of your mouth. It says, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. Right? So guess what? That old man is a hedonistic way. You know what I'm saying? You know, and and then for you Jakes out there and stuff, you know, when you sit up here, and I know I've been using it lately, but you know when they sit up here and say that niggas gonna do what niggas gonna do, you know what I'm saying? You already know and stuff. It's negativity and stuff behind that phrase. You know what I'm saying? Meaning something bad is gonna happen to you, you know, or with the wound stuff, right? Right? Or something, some type of misfortune and stuff done by some other niggas. You know what I'm saying, right? You know, or you know, the way that it's being said, right? Say if it's said a certain type of way, right? Say if it's said a certain type of way, right? You know, if somebody do something that's absurd and stuff, was like, what it'd be like? They'd be like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know, and when they do that and stuff, it's like, watch what you're doing or catch yourself and whatnot, or it's gonna bring some type of negativity and stuff, right? Well, that's a behavior. That's a that's a that's a that's a that's a way of living. You know what I'm saying? You know, and guess what? It was created by the heathens. The only reason why you got the word nigga and stuff is because they couldn't pronounce the word Nigeria, right? You know what I'm saying, right? So instead it's like nigga. You know what I'm saying? But nigga also means ignorant. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Right? And then people, our people and stuff just pretty much got accustomed to it and stuff, and you pretty much made the word nigga and stuff into bro. You know what I'm saying, right? But anyways, it says, so there's a way that you're supposed to change, right? So it says, and it's the way that more than likely you grew up in, but you didn't know that it was all a lie to keep you down. You see? So it says, Colossians 3 and it says 10. It says, and have put on a new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. That created him. You know that created him. And it says where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, I think it's Scythian. It says bond nor free, but Yahushua Mashiach is all and in all. It says put on therefore as the elect of Yahweh. It says holy and beloved, bowels of mercy, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long suffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel, meaning an argument against any, even as Yahweh forgave you, so also do ye. You know what I'm saying? So there's a certain type of role that you're supposed to have for yourself. There's a certain type of way that you're supposed to act, you know what I'm saying, for yourself if you're putting on as the elect. You see? So I'm gonna go back to that Matthews, back in Matthews 25 and uh, Matthews 25 and 10 again. It says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Verse 11, it says, afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us as well. So what does that mean? That means that there's going to be uh, 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 there's going to be Israelites, you know what I'm saying, who won't be screaming to Yahweh Shai and stuff, because this is just another way of it being said. You know what I'm saying? Well, they gonna say Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? You know, well, like the scripture says, many shall say, Lord, Lord. You know what I'm saying? In that day, you know, and you're gonna have those and stuff who's gonna know. Now, it don't necessarily mean, and this, and how it's explained here and stuff. When it come down to the explanation, when it come down to the explanation and whatnot and stuff, it doesn't. Uh, uh, when it come down to the explanation and whatnot, it doesn't say you got to be a prophet, because first of all, when it come down to Israel as a whole, we're all servants and stuff for Yahweh Shem Yahshua. You see? Matter of fact, let me see if I can grab it right quick. It's lucky if this be a little long and it seems like I'm in and out. There's other things going on and stuff, so it's lucky. But let me see. I think it's lucky. It's either here we go. Isaiah 44:1. It says, Ye know, you now, ye yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant. It says, Israel, in who I have chosen. Right? It says, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua that made thee and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, who I have chosen, which are just different names and stuff for Israel. It says, For I will, well, I ain't gonna go further on, but you see who the Lord had chose, right? So we're servants. Matter of fact, let me get this. This is Amos 3:1. It says, Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for all your iniquities. Right? So the thing is that the you know, even though you're not probably in a position and stuff of being an apostle, a prophet, a teacher, or evangelist, you know what I'm saying, a seer or a judge, you know what I'm saying? The thing is that if you're an Israelite who's not even in those different titles or positions, the thing is that your purpose is to serve the Lord. And matter of fact, let me get this. So like your purpose, meaning Israelites and stuff who don't have the position and stuff of being on the front lines and whatnot and stuff, right? This is Ecclesiastes 12:13. And it says, Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh Bashem Yahshua and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. You see, right? The whole duty of man. This is the law of the land right now and stuff. But I mean, this is the original law of the land, but it's not being exercised. Why? Because the wicked and stuff is the wicked is ruling. You know, right? So it's like this. It's it's back in Matthew's 25 and verse 11. It says, Afterward came also the other virgins, meaning the foolish virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. It says, But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Why? Because they didn't prepare themselves. And I want to get this too. This is Luke, and this goes first and foremost for myself. This is Luke 12:47. I'm gonna scroll up though. I'm sorry, 43. This is Luke 12 and 43. It says, "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." Talking about Yahushua when he returns. You know what I'm saying? Like say if you got a boss and whatnot and stuff, somebody, look at you as being a slacker or something like that and stuff. And then your boss and stuff check on the cameras and stuff and see that you hustling that ass and stuff. When I say hustling that ass and stuff, I ain't talking about prostitution or nothing like that, because I know I speak the way that I speak. I'm talking about you getting to work and whatnot and stuff, and you're gonna be pleased. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's the same way when it come down to Yahweh Shai, when he returned and stuff, and you still battling, to stay righteous. It's always a constant work. You know what I'm saying? Galatians 5 and 17 and stuff clearly tells you that it's gonna be a constant work. That it's gonna be that it's gonna be a constant work when it comes down to being in the spirit. Because if Satan never sleep and stuff, then guess what? You always fighting. You wake up, you fighting. You know, you go to sleep, you fighting. All throughout the day, you fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Satan has more power and stuff over other people who ain't trying to do this work, right? But anyways, because because with us being in spiritual war and whatnot and stuff, it's still a job. It's still a considerable job. But anyways, this is Luke 12 and 44. It says, "Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath." It says, but and if that servant say in his heart, My Lord delayeth his coming, it says, shall begin to beat the men servants and the maidens, and eat and drink and be drunken. It says, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware. It says, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So pretty much that's the person and stuff who quit it, who stopped. You know what I'm saying? Right? Right? So it says, verse 47, it says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. Right? So it's going to be individuals, who going to know this word and whatnot, or partaking in stuff, because it ain't no, yeah, I'm going to get into this and stuff and I'm going to slide back out. No, you can't do that. You can't do that at all. You can't do that shit at all and whatnot and stuff. This is like, the truth is like something that you gonna get into regardless, because this word and stuff is gonna be cast to the four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna hear it anyways and stuff. And this word and stuff is for Israelites and stuff. You know what I'm saying? To for them to come back onto the Lord. You see, right? But not everybody is gonna come back. You know. So right. So not everybody's gonna come back to the Lord and whatnot and stuff, right? So uh uh but they're gonna know the word and whatnot and stuff, you know, uh, circumcision and uncircumcision. Well, no, circumcision, and then they gonna get destroyed and stuff. But it's gonna be a situation where it's like you knew better. You know what I'm saying? And we already know that people who know better and stuff, they get a harsher judgment and stuff than the one who don't know. And just for the ones and stuff who don't know as much and stuff, or you chose the world, this is also verse 47. It says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared, well, verse 48, it says, but he that knew not and did not commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. So you still get asked with verse 48, it says, for unto the whosoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask more. You know what I'm saying? So So it's going to be individual stuff, if you don't know, Israelite and stuff who were, neglected the word and whatnot, and they chose to be in the world and stuff, they still going to get hurt out here. Scripture says both and I think it's in Second Ezra and stuff, maybe the seventh chapter. Yeah, I think it's the seventh chapter and stuff. It says that pretty much both the good and the wicked and stuff are going to go through straight things, but one shall see the kingdom and one shall not see it and stuff until later down the line. Right, so I'm gonna get this back in Matthew's 25 and 13. It says, 11. It says, after come also the other virgins, the ones who slack, ones who wanted to play in their ass, twiddle their thumbs. You know what I'm saying? Or sit up here. Well, I'm Israel, so they thought by default they was gonna get saved. Didn't think they had to put no effort into it and stuff. Or you got Israelites out here too, where it's like, because in this world and stuff, you can steal the credit of somebody else who did actual work and whatnot and stuff and claim that you did it. They do it all the time and stuff in music, right? Stealing people flows and shit and stuff and trying to claim it for themselves. You know what I'm saying, right? Or ideas and stuff and claim it for themselves, right? So in this truth, you can't do that because the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men. So when it come down to it and stuff, whatever work you do, can't nobody steal that from you. Can't nobody steal it. Can't nobody just sit up here. It's like, oh, we're gonna sit up here and we're gonna allow him to. We're gonna sit up here and we're gonna allow him to, to do that and stuff, and then we're just gonna pull the rug up underneath his feet and whatnot and stuff. No, it's gonna be like individual and stuff, like in the movie Simba and whatnot, when Mufasa and stuff was walking in front of Simba and stuff, and Simba put his paw in the print of his paw and stuff in the ground. You know what I'm saying? You can't follow that and stuff. Full support. You know what I'm saying? If you can understand where I'm coming from. And the thing is that you ain't gonna be able to steal the works of somebody else. You know, you know, you ain't gonna steal the works of somebody else and whatnot. You got to do your own effort. You know what I'm saying, right? So for Israelites and stuff, where it's like, I'm gonna just wait for him to get all this and stuff, and then I'm gonna grab this and grab that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna be good. No, you don't get paid that way. You know what I'm saying, right? You don't get paid like that and stuff in this world, unless it's done by wicked devices. You know what I'm saying? Right? But you don't get paid for what somebody else do. You know what I'm saying, right? So this is Matthew 25 and 12. It says, but he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know ye not. It says, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So you got to constantly be working. Constantly be working. And the scriptures don't say if you sit up here and stop this person and stuff, then guess what? You got a golden ticket and stuff into the kingdom. And don't do that. If you're hindering an individual and stuff from doing the work and whatnot, then what work are you doing? You know what I'm saying? To see if you're going to get saved or see if your works and stuff are going to be okayed in the eyes of the Lord and stuff, where he's saying, thou faithful good servant. You see? You doing the service of another. You see? And it says, verse 14. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling in a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. It says, and unto one he gave 5 talents. It says, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. It says, then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. Now I'm putting in this terminology. When it comes down to you selling drugs and stuff, mostly weed, right? When it comes down to selling drugs and whatnot, you get it from your drug dealer or you get it from your supplier and whatnot and stuff, right? But since they supplying and stuff, you got to make money for them, and then that's when they cut you your portion for the work that you did, right? Lock it, these bugs, right? For the work that you did, right? You know, And pretty much in this situation, well, I'll keep reading. Verse 16, it says, then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same. For people and stuff who know what this term is, they flip the money. You know what I'm saying? So when you grab this knowledge and stuff, guess what? You're supposed to grow in it. You can't stay in one area. Ain't no safety. This ain't football. You know what I'm saying? It says, but it can still be used, but how I'm using it and stuff, there's the safe, the rather the safe than being sorry and stuff is that you got to constantly build, you got to constantly grow, you got to constantly, you got to, in order for rivers to be what the scripture says, I think it's John 7, out of his belly and stuff shall flow rivers of living water. You know what I'm saying? I think it's 7:38. I mean, they continuous, right? Let me get it. It's John 7:38. It says, he that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. But guess what? That water is constantly going, constantly going. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be constantly building, constantly growing, constantly growing. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to the, matter of fact, before I go too far, going back to Matthew 25, it says, verse 16, it says, verse 17. So pretty much there's interest and stuff that's being looked upon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you this money, you know what I'm saying, but I expect for you to double it, triple it, you know what I'm saying, when I come back and whatnot, because the product that I gave you and stuff to make this money, the product that I gave you and stuff to make this money and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, I'm expecting for it to sell. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you go into a regular job and whatnot and stuff. Yeah, you go to a job, you're an employee and stuff, but what you're doing is making more money for the boss. You see, because they put you on game with their business and stuff, and they giving you deals and stuff, but they expect for you to make them more money. So it's the same way, right? So verse 17. It says, and likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. It says, but he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. It says, verse 19, meaning that he wasn't being productive. He was just sitting still. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 different types of fear. You got the fear that gets you that'll make you proactive. You know what I'm saying? Make you produce. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the fear that will have you stagnant. You know what I'm saying? And that's the fear and stuff that you want to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? Being stagnant, because if you're not working your way, into the kingdom, and you just sitting on your ass and sitting on your hands, you know what I'm saying? Then guess what? You're gonna be destroyed. You know, you know. The scriptures, it scripture said, like how in Pokemon, right? Pokemon, Digimon's a little different, but when it comes down to Pokemon, right? They gotta do all this work and do all this battling and stuff so they can reach a certain level so they can evolve. But if they're not battling and they just cruising and living life how they are and whatnot and stuff, how the fuck do you expect for them to evolve? Ain't no, when it comes down to the truth. Oh, actually, I can use it this way. When it comes down to the truth, you know how they give them little stones and whatnot and stuff so they can evolve quicker? Well, the word is that. And if you ain't doing anything and stuff, then nigga, you ain't gonna grow. So guess what? Therefore, and pretty much the money is referring to this word. It's a parable. It's a parable. It's a parable. It's a dark. I wouldn't say a dark saying. So it's a similitude. I want to say that it's a similitude. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how it is and stuff when it come down to the job and stuff. If you ain't putting no work in and whatnot, what you think's gonna happen? You're gonna get fired. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get no money. You know, right? So this is Matthew 25 and 19. It says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh. It says, and reckon with them, right? So trying to see what you get. You know what I'm saying? How much money you made, because he put you on, Verse 20. It says, and so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents. It said, say the Lord, so he had 10 talents. So guess what? He doubled it. He doubled what he had. You know what I'm saying? He started off with 5 and got 5 extra, right? And it says, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained besides them 5 talents more. It says, it says, his Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. It says, thou hast been faithful over a few things. It says, I will make thee ruler over many things. It says, enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. What is that? The kingdom, right? Verse 22, it says, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, it says, thou deliverest. Oh, see, I'm creating words. It says, verse 22, it says, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord, right? The kingdom. Verse 24. It says, then he which had it says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, right? Scleros, I guess, a hard man, right? And it says, dry, that is hard or tough, harsh, severe. You know what I'm saying? Serious or austere. He's an austere man, right? And it says, reaping where thou reaping where thou has not sown, and gathered and gathered where thou hast not strawed. It says, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, and especially when you look at the fact that it says, uh, damn, 24 again, it says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man. It says, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. It says, and I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine and stuff. So he ain't do no work. He was supposed to have 2 talents. You know what I'm saying? He was supposed to have two. The one that was given, he was supposed to make more money, even if it was just the 1 talent. You know what I'm saying? And then I want to just put this out there. Don't be an individual and stuff where it's like, oh, man, if the Lord gave you 1 talent, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the talent and stuff, it's talking about the abilities and stuff that can help out the ministry and stuff, and also help wake up the elect. You know what I'm saying? Right? I guess you could say and stuff in a way and stuff it's a business. Guess you could say in a way and stuff it's a business, right? So the thing is, Isaiah. Anyway, anyways, yeah, man, it's fuck. Anyways, it's like this. Um, the talents. If you over there, man, I wanna get. Why I didn't get 15? They could just be glad that he gave you one and stuff, because he could make you be one of the ones that he ain't give shit to and stuff. And guess what? You ain't doing no work and stuff within the ministry. You know, right? So, anyways, this back in Matthew 25 and 26. So this verse 26, it says, his Lord answered and saith unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant. It says, thou knewest it says, it was 26 again. It's like the glare is crazy. It says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not. You know what I'm saying? I'll put you on a job so you can make me money. It says, and gather where I have not strawed. It says, thou oughtest, therefore, to have put my money to the exchangers, and then, to do trade. It says, and then at my coming, I should have received my own with usury. Usury is interest. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I gave you the money, and I wanted you to use this money, or I gave you the product, you know what I'm saying, to use this money, to gain this money and stuff, and I was expecting profit back for myself or revenue, and then I was going to give you your portion, because what was their portion and stuff, what I'm saying, that they pretty much got the kingdom and stuff, what I'm saying, because this is really what it's talking about. The result is the kingdom, what I'm saying, right? So it says, verse 28, it says, take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which have 10 talents. It says, for unto everyone that have shall be given. It says, and he shall have abundance. But from him that have not shall be taken away even that which he hath. You see? You see? And it says, verse 30, it says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. You know what I'm saying? What's that other darkness and stuff? Not knowing shit, right? Because that talent stuff is also some knowledge that goes with the scriptures. So, like, hold on. It says, verse 30 again, it says, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. You know what I'm saying? So, anything that they knew, they don't know no more now, right? Pretty much, took the Holy Spirit away. And it says, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory. It says, and all, it's like, it says, and when the Son of Man, verse 31, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. It says, and behold, and it's like, and before him shall be gathered all the nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. So, in other words and stuff, what, in other words and stuff, in other words, individual, what individual, do you, so like not one individual. So, because, it goes into another similitude. But, so here it is, you got to do this work. And you got a lot of individuals and stuff, but like, I don't have to do the work and stuff. I'm doing the work already by just being an Israelite and stuff. No, you're not. You got to put in work. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of individuals and stuff are not going to do that. And with them not doing it, uh, the Lord's going to be angry. He's going to destroy it. 2/3 of Israel are going to get cut off and die. Why is that? Because even though we're unprofitable servants, we're made to serve the Lord and stuff and do as He says, of course. But the thing is that you got Israelites and stuff who don't even see that and feel like they need to do whatever they want to. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna lean upon you. How about you now, shop? That's why it's all that it says. It was that word. Right, right. So that's good. Everybody trying to sit up here and stuff and act like this is what the Lord should be doing.